good, bro. You look like you just seen a ghost.
Or a zombie.
All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Our Side of the Story podcast. I'm your host, Taira.
I'm Daizah.
And we are the phenomenal duo. But today we're going to be a phenomenal trio because we have a very special guest, Nijel B. Murray in the house.
Whoa. Excited to be here.
Hey, tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so like you said, my name is Nijel B. Murray. I'm a social media content creator, entrepreneur, philanthropist, do a little bit of everything.
I love it.
Philanthropist.
Yeah.
I know. I haven't heard that word in a minute. Now, okay, hold on. Philanthropist. What makes you a philanthropist?
So I have a nonprofit called Clothes for Kids
Okay.
in Las Vegas where we provide brand new clothes to children in foster care.
That is awesome.
Nice.
How long have you been doing that?
Since I was 14.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I was 14 years old.
You got to give a little bit of backstory to that. 14.
Okay.
Now, was it your idea? Was it
It
your
was my
parents'
idea, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, it was 100% my idea. So back, I think this was like, don't quote me on the year, probably like 2017, I think. Our family began to foster.
Wow.
And so I'm an only child. So growing up, it was always just me, myself, and I. I was playing 2K by myself, right?
Yeah.
Against the computer because I
Yeah.
ain't really ever had nobody to compete against. And so I was really, really excited that I was now going to have a sibling.
Yeah.
And so once we got my foster brother, we brought him home. And all of his belongings was kind of like in a trash bag. And you could tell
Yeah.
he just didn't really have a lot of confidence in the way that
Yeah.
he carried himself. And he was very low key and kind of laid back. And so me, I know I'm really into fashion. I like clothes that fit me a certain type of way, certain colors or whatever. And I could see that he was forced to wear clothes that he didn't feel confident in. And so after my family had to go run out to get him some clothes for school the next day, tried on his clothes. He was like a completely new kid. He began to like laugh,
Yes.
smile. And so I kind of seen that transition and kind of sparked the inspiration. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? Other foster children probably go through something very similar. So that's how I got the idea.
That is so
That's
freaking
awesome.
awesome.
How
I
many
don't think I can. At 14, I wasn't thinking like that.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, like you were ahead of your years at 14. Wow. And the
Yeah.
fact that you've kept it going up until now. And how old are you now, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
22. I just turned 22 about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks
Okay,
ago.
well, happy
Yeah.
belated.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah,
belated. Okay.
appreciate it.
That's what's up. Damn, that is awesome. Okay.
How many siblings do you have?
Zero. I'm only child.
Okay.
I'm only child. Yeah.
So when you say your family
With-
fostered, how does that work?
Yeah, so they had to go through a series of classes to become licensed foster parents.
Yeah.
And so then they went down to Child Haven, so we had to wait on a call. So they got registered. That was like a full, I think 8-week process. It was every single Sunday that they had to go down to the Department of Family Services to go through this class. And then once they got licensed, we just waited on a call, and they called us. It was like, hey, we have, a potential child that you can foster. So we went down there, kind of did like a little interview type of process
Yeah.
because obviously at the end of the day, it's the kid's choice if they want to go home with you, because they're not going to force
Yeah.
a kid to
That's awesome.
go home with you if they
Yeah.
don't want to. So kind of had a little interview process, told him a little bit about us. He told us about him, and then we were like, you want to come home with us? He was like, yeah, let's do it. So
Wow.
that's kind of how
Do you
that
guys still
That's
talk now?
beautiful.
yeah, so it's kind of like a tricky situation because they're very, very protective over the children. So we were kind of a short-term foster home. So once they leave our home, the access is a little bit limited. So once he kind of is an official adult, then we'll be able to, all those guidelines kind of drop.
Yeah.
But he moved into another foster home, and they just have a lot of rules and regulations. But we have talked to him a couple times between then, so it's been really cool.
That's super dope.
And then
That's
he
awesome.
also knows this whole entire nonprofit is because of him. So he,
Aw.
I'm sure that's a pretty cool feeling for him as well.
Yes,
It is,
the
yeah.
inspiration behind something phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow, that is super dope. Wow. Okay.
Hey, start
Look,
something.
I'm over here taking notes. Like, what have I done with my life so far? I don't know. And I'm pushing 28.
That's funny.
I got some things to do. All right, but so we like to do this thing called Question of the Day, where from the last episode we answer the question of the day on the newest episode.
Okay.
So what the last episode's question was: if you had to choose an actor to represent your life in a biopic, who would you choose? What would you say? Let's start over here because I'm still brewing a little bit.
I would pick Letty from Fast and Furious.
Letty?
Letty, Dom's wife.
Oh, you had to put the accent on it a little.
Because she's,
Okay.
that's how it's not
excuse
Letty.
me. Letty. Yeah, that's how I would say it the
Letty.
American way.
Yeah.
Letty. I
Yeah.
like it though.
Um,
Now, why?
don't mind Taira.
She gangster. You give very soft girl. Letty be putting people down. What's the
She's-
correlation?
One, she's a street racer, and I'm a street racer in the streets. I'm just kidding. No,
We're gonna have to
she's
circle back to that, but keep going. Mhm.
she's to me, she's fearless. She's bold. She's loyal. She has like a tough exterior, but on the inside, she's very like
Okay.
emotional. You know,
Okay. I love that. I love it.
that'd be my girl.
Okay.
I feel like.
Nigel, do you have somebody in mind?
I'm gonna let you go first.
You gonna let me go?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because I'm still.
Honestly, I would have to either say the chick from Creed, the light-skinned chick. What's her name? Her real name? Tessa Thompson.
Okay.
I like her just because she's badass, but she's also sweet and approachable. You know what I'm saying? She gives, I handle my business, but I'm also a girl's girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got your back no matter what type vibe.
Okay.
But then I would also say, as far as like, sweet, tender, but also, comedy versus conflict type vibes, Stormy Reed.
Nah.
She's an underrated actress, hands down.
I don't know if you're approachable.
Nigel, don't laugh at that. You don't know if I'm approachable.
Girl, I ain't approach you when I first.
Child, we're not about to get back into that. But I am very approachable. Ask anybody.
Okay.
Yes, but those are my two people. Either Tessa Thomas or, I hope I'm saying her name right, Thompson Thomas, or Stormy Reed. But yeah. And honestly, as I was sitting here answering my question, I'm like, okay, who can I see you? Because you're saying with the nonprofits, you got the content creation, you're a super cool dude into fashion and stuff. I'm trying to think like what actor I could put my finger on, like representing you.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge movie person, so I don't. Like, y'all naming these actors off the dome, I can't even think.
I'm into movies, that's why.
Yeah,
So if you're not into
I'm
movies, that's
so-
understandable. That's super understandable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have to put a name to it.
Okay.
But if you had to like maybe
Describe
some of the
yourself.
qualities
Yeah.
that
Okay.
they would have to represent you.
I feel like I'm a creative person.
Okay.
I feel like I'm stylish, you know.
Okay.
You know,
He gonna make sure he emphasizes that every time.
I got to. What?
You better put something
on.
on.
End of the
Check your
day.
fit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm outgoing when I want to be, but
Okay.
at the same time, sometimes, depending on the situation, I might be a little bit more reserved.
Introvert.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I like.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't put somebody to you.
That's tough.
You might just have to play yourself.
Right.
You might
Come
just
on,
have to
I'ma
do a
be
cameo.
myself. What?
I know. Look,
You feel me?
that should have been my answer. Just play myself. Be me. Be
love
me.
to say that.
No facts.
One of a kind.
All right. But I really want to get into who you are as Nigel B. Murray, because you're like a internet sensation on almost every platform that I fucking open on my phone. So one thing that I really want to know is like, where did your content creation passion come from? When did it start? How do you continue to fuel it?
Yeah.
Like, tell us the origins.
So what's funny is it actually has nothing to do with creating content. So this goes back to middle school. So in middle school, I started to, when you reach a certain age where you start to care about what you're wearing, right? You see other people wearing stuff, you want to wear that type of stuff too.
Yeah.
So for me, it was shoes. So I had a best friend in middle school where Jordans come out on a Saturday, right?
Okay.
And every single Monday, he would come to school with the freshest shoes on, right? And these are like $200 shoes at the time. And so I'm asking my mom, like, Mom, you think you could, look out for me? She like, boy, I'm not about to spend $200 on some shoes that you're not going to be able to wear in a couple months.
Yeah.
So me, I've always been a very driven individual. Like, all right, well, if you ain't going to do it, I got to figure out a way to get these
figure it
shoes. So I started looking online, like how to get shoes for free or for cheap.
Yeah.
And so one thing that I came across is people were reselling shoes. So they were buying shoes for $175 on Saturday and then flipping them for $250. So I'm
Sneaker
like,
tap.
Yeah.
right. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a try. So I'll never forget. It was a Shadow Gray ones. This was 2018, and I think it was in August. I bought them for like hold on, I'm skipping way too far ahead. I didn't even have $170. So what I did was I went to the thrift store, right? And I'm like, let me just try and find some like used shoes that I can buy. So I bought some shoes for $5, right? You ain't gonna believe this. I bought them for $5 and I flipped them for like $150. So I'm like, okay, I might be on to something. So I took that $150, right? I took that $150. I did like some chores around the crib to get like $200 to my name.
Yeah.
Then I took that $200, went on the sneaker app, right? Bought the Shadow Gray ones, flipped those for $250. So I started out with $5, ran it up $250.
Wow.
What shoe did you buy for $5?
I remember it like it was the Jordan 4 Oreos. Look them up.
For
Jordan
$5?
I don't know. This was God because they was clean. They wouldn't beat up.
What?
Wait, what thrift store did you
It was
go to?
Opportunity Village. I don't know why they was
It
$5.
was an opportunity, all right. What the hell? God damn.
Really, they should have probably been like $50 or $60, but it was $5. I ain't
That's
asked no questions. I
wow.
bought them. flipped them, and then took that money, bought the Shadow Gray ones, flipped those for $250. I'm like, okay, hold on, this might be a little business or something like that.
So you completely disregarded like, oh, I want these Shadow Gray ones. I want that bread.
I knew in my brain, I'm thinking further ahead, right? So I had that discipline. I'm like, okay, if the goal is for me to be able to get shoes for free, I gotta build my capital up enough to be able to buy enough shoes to cover the one that I keep. That's exactly what I did. So eventually, I got to the point to where in high school, I was the kid that was posting pictures with 30 pairs of Yeezys behind them, right? And so
that's insane.
I was able to keep one pair and it was free because I'm buying these shoes for $200 and flipping them for $300, $400. So it was easy for me to keep. So that's why I have so many shoes. People look at my sneaker collection like, oh my gosh, you bought all these shoes? It was like, yeah, I bought them, but not really. Like a lot of this stuff, somebody else paid for it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I built up my collection. But towards the end of high school, I got to the point to where, you know, my parents helped me to realize they're like, dude, you have more potential than opening up a sneaker store. Because in my brain, I'm like, what? Like, I'm a kid in high school making like $1,500 on one Saturday just flipping shoes. Like, insane. I had a whole business to the point to where I was having people buy the shoes before I even had them. So I had plugs where I knew, okay, I'm going to have a size 11, 11 and a half, and a 9 on Saturday. I don't have them yet, but I'm posting on Instagram. Go ahead and lock yours in. So people sending me the money.
Your deposit.
No, for real. People sending me the money before I even physically had a shoe. I would get the shoe. I would tell them, hey, meet me at Meadows Mall, meet me at Fashion Show at this time, and get your shoes.
Pushing shoes.
So yeah, no, for real.
Right.
For real. Wow. And then like what I would do too is I would make sure I would get there early. And if it was some shoe, because a lot of times it got to the point to where a lot of these sneaker stores knew that, you know, people are reselling, so they would do raffles, right? And so there was a couple shoes that weren't raffles. So what I did was, and I was so glad I saved up my money. It was these Jordan 12. They were black and yellow. I forgot exactly the colorway of it, but they were really, really overhyped. And everybody wanted them, but there wasn't any raffle for them. So it was going to be first come, first serve. Yep. So I got there early and I bought all of them. I bought 30 pairs of them. They had 30 pairs.
How much did that come out to?
I don't even remember. It was a lot of money, though. And it was all the money I had at the time. Like, when I tell you, I drained my bank account. I bought 30 pairs of them, right? And so now, guess what?
I know the line.
Everybody walking in there.
What you went in there and
right?
Spent.
Everybody walking in there trying to get them. I say, what size you need? I need a 13. I say, come out to the car. I got you. Right? Buying the shoes for $200.
Pause.
$350 right now.
How old were you?
I think I was like,
if you say
like
under 16,
17.
That
maybe?
is insane.
17. You know, I tell you, like, and it was like, bet, because mind you, unfortunately, these people were very financially irresponsible. Right? You shouldn't be paying $350 for any pair of shoes.
Do.
Right? Exactly.
Make
Come
sense.
on, like invest that bread. But I'm like, oh, you need a 13? Oh, you need a 9? Bet I got you.
I got a size B9 in the back.
Yeah, and so they started to kind of crack down on that. But even past that, like I'm not gonna say what stores because I don't know if anybody still worked down. Don't add nobody now. But I had plugs to where even on the first come first serve shoes, like for example, the Jordan 1 UNCs, right? Those were overhyped. You had to put in a raffle. But I had relationships with some of the managers where I say, hey, look, I'll give you $50 extra per pair that you save for me, right? Everybody get in line. Oh, we sold out. No, they not. I come in after hours, walk out with 15 pair of shoes. Boy, what?
Legally hey, whoa. The real question is, do you still have these connects?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't.
I got some change in my pocket right now.
I don't.
Dang, Nigel.
Yeah, but to kind of get back on track, so eventually I realized that, you know, my parents were like, dude, you got a lot more potential than opening up a sneaker store. And I'm like, no, like I really want to.
Yeah.
And so I kind of wrestled with that for a long time. And it brought me back to why I started in the first place was because I wanted shoes for free. That was the main reason why I started. And so I'm like, okay, well, if I don't sneaker resell anymore, how can I still get these clothes and shoes for free? So I looked on the internet again, how to get shoes and clothes for free without sneaker reselling, right? Yeah. So I came across social media content where if you start creating videos online and build up a personal brand, these brands will start sending you shoes and clothes for free. And if you're lucky enough, they might even pay you on top of that. I started to do that, and then that's just kind of what like started it, and is what it's turned into today.
I love it. That is a mean ass origin story.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
Sheesh. Okay, so all that transitioned into the content creation mogul that you are right now, right? What was like the first video though? The first piece of content where it was like, boom. Oh, I'm making some shake. I got some motion going right now.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was one piece in particular. I feel like it kind of gradually happened.
Okay.
In the beginning part, like, you know, this was before Instagram Reels was a thing. This was like you could post videos on Instagram, but they weren't reels like TikTok is, right?
Yeah.
It was just like you post videos, regular videos. So I used to only, before reels, I would post like one outfit picture a week, right?
Yeah.
Like I would go out, take some pictures, post them. And then reels came out. I was really hesitant like to do it because I'm like, oh, video is way different than pictures. Like now I got to be like on the camera doing something.
Yeah.
So I started out like just doing some fashion videos and it just kind of progressed from that. But I don't think it was really like one video that was like, oh yeah. Like it was just kind of like a gradual process of like just building on top of each other.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for you, when it comes to content creation, because I have a hard time. Like picking up the phone and recording, it's a hard thing to do in my eyes.
Right.
So for you, what was it that was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, like to pick up the phone and actually record, consistently?
Yeah, I think it was because I was delusionally confident that it was gonna work, right? So there wasn't ever a point in time where like I felt like, you know, a lot of times when people are trying new things or they go into new fields, they're in a state of mind of like, okay, I want to try this to see if it's going to work. Like if I look back at all the other different type of businesses that I tried to start, drop shipping, day trading, you know, all these different things, even the sneaker reselling, right? When I first started, it's like, I'm hopeful. I have hope, right? Like I hope this works. But when it came to like social media, especially once I got into the swing of things of being consistent, there was never one doubt in my mind that like, I wonder if this is going to work. It was more of like, I just don't know when. So this might be next year. It might be in 5 years. I don't know the time frame, but I know this is going to work. So I think it was a mixture of that. And like, that's what really helped me to stay consistent through, you know, getting 100 views on a video, getting 4 likes, 5 likes, and now being able to build it up is like, I just knew my time was coming. I just didn't know exactly when it was going to be.
Okay.
Delulu is a salulu is what they say.
No, for real.
Sometimes it can be.
So what, you just started doing this?
Yeah,
like
I mean, you just gotta like. I just picked up my phone. I think the first video that I posted was what was it? It was like a video of me standing in front of the camera with like this North Face purple puffer jacket on, downtown Summerlin, just like showing off my outfit. And like I put like some trending audio behind it, did a couple little poses, and that was it. And I just kind of like learned from that and just began to progress. Because originally I was only posting fashion content, but if you look at my content today, I post all type of stuff. I'll post a cooking video, a video of me cleaning up, a video of me working out, a video of me on this podcast, right? So like it's kind of bloomed into, you know, a whole lot of different avenues.
Nigel B. Murray's life.
Type.
In a nutshell.
You feel me?
I like it.
Did you have any fear of judgment when you first started?
Very good question.
I think in the beginning there was a little bit, but I got to the point to where, you know, like now I'm not embarrassed, right? Like I'll go in Walmart and set up a tripod in front of everybody because I'm not doing this for free, right? Like I'm getting paid to do this.
That part.
But before all of that and like all of the, you know, followers and all of that, you know, it was still that delusional aspect of like, yeah, you might be laughing at me now, but just watch when you feel me when this work, then the same people are now asking me, right? How you, bro, put me on, bro. How you do this? How you do that, right? So I always knew it's always corny and it's always funny until you really do it, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So and I always knew that of like, yeah, sure, people, you know, might want to make fun of me now, but they won't later. And then at the same time, it's like when you think about it, is like I'm not gonna be ashamed to go do something that I want to do, right? Like thinking too much about what other people care about and think of you is like, it's going to hinder you. These people are judging you because maybe they don't have the confidence to go out and do it themselves. So it's like, how you going
to for the people in the back?
How you going to try and, you know, roast me or make fun of me because I'm trying to do something with my life. Like I'm not on the internet trolling or just doing it just because like I'm trying to like start something, build something, have some type of purpose. So it's like, I don't know. And that definitely has changed my even mindset of looking at other people who are maybe trying to chase after something and aren't there yet. It's like, listen, you got to at least respect this person for being confident enough to even step out there and make the attempt. Because there's a lot of people that want to create content, but they're saying, well, I don't want people to, but it's like, if you care too much about what people think, you're not gonna get there. And then on top of that, it don't matter. People still gonna judge you anyway. Like people still to this day, I'm sure there's some people that's like, oh, what he do is corny or oh, this, that, and the third. But it's like, dude, at the end of the day, like
check that bank account.
That part.
Like I'm never. It's all of this stuff is strategic. Like I'm not just on the internet just to look cute, right? Like I'm I'm trying to do something with this. You feel me?
Right.
So,
I love it. And I love the fact that you said I'm not doing this for free.
Right, of course
I'm not doing this for free.
Now I'm not. I was in the beginning. I was investing.
Okay.
You feel me? Investing my time. But now, like, it's like I don't.
You don't do nothing for free.
It's not. This ain't for free. This is for a purpose. You see me in Walmart with a tripod, you best believe somebody paying me to do this. There's a reason why. So you looking at me crazy, but you see why I'm doing it. I promise you.
I love it. I do have a personal question.
Yes.
How many brands / collaborations do you think you've done so far?
Oh, I don't know.
If you just had to guesstimate.
Like, are you talking about individual brands or how many? Because there's brands that I've worked with on multiple occasions. Like,
so like that. Okay, individually
per brand.
Yes.
So like if you did a brand with I don't want to get you in trouble and like at people, but Wally World. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you did a collaboration with them 50 times. It was just that one. Yeah.
Probably maybe like 50.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Somewhere in there.
That's a lot.
In 1 year?
No. This probably collectively over the course of like 2 years, probably.
That's still amazing.
25.
Wow. That's amazing.
Probably somewhere in there.
Okay. Now, my next question to follow it up, because you say you're not getting paid for free and then da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Is there a boundary or a standard that you have as far as how you determine which brands or collaborations you say yes or no to?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's actually funny is last week, I turned down a huge, they was throwing that bag at me, boy. But I had to turn it down just because it didn't align with my brand and what I wanted to promote out online. Like it crushed my soul so bad because right now I'm in the middle of renovating my home. Like this brand deal alone, I would have done my crib. Anything I wanted, all this done. But it's just like I couldn't do it.
Morality over it.
I just couldn't do it. So no, there definitely is. And what's funny is this brand has reached out to me like last year, but they wasn't really paying that much. So it didn't hurt the decline. I was just like, I won't be able to do it. But they swung back around and was like, here. So I really had to like put it in the perspective of like, okay, sure, even though they are, have a higher budget, it's a matter of like my brand is worth collectively more than this one-time payment, right? So like I could take this one-time payment and sure it's great, but long-term my brand is worth more than this. And then just also my image online and realizing that I have influence, right? And so like if, I don't want to influence, any type of thing that's just not aligned with how I portray myself online. So there definitely are those aspects where you do have to turn down some stuff. And it hurts sometimes, but I feel like that's a true testament to like my character. And like, I'm not gonna like, it's not about the money, even though the money's great, but it's just like, it's some things I just can't do.
Some things you can't put a price tag on.
I can't
Without explaining too much of the brand, what about it didn't align with you?
It was in like the sexual space.
Okay.
So and I don't want to promote that. Like that's been my thing from the jump. Is like I don't want to promote anything sexual at all.
Okay.
So it was just like I just
brand.
I couldn't.
Honestly, a lot of them came to mind. I don't know if that's a concern for me or
I can't even think of one.
So I was like, unfortunately, like two things for me is like no sexual things or I try and stay away from like anything alcohol unless it's presented in a way that is very professional. So if like Hennessy hit me and was like, we want to do a brand collab with you like in a suit or whatever, okay, we can think about it. But like, I'm not gonna go promote like some type of like seltzer. We're at the pool. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just not gonna do that.
Did you always have the standard? Or
that was from the jump. That was from the jump. I just knew like that those things. I just don't want to be in that space. Just because it comes with so many other things. And it's a lot. Like from a creator standpoint, it's a lot. The things that happen behind the scenes that people don't see in terms of like, what are the terms of these type of deals? Like not all deals make sense. Like for example, if a brand, and this is just throwing out a number. This I'm not necessarily saying this how much that, I charge or whatever. Let's say a brand offers you, we want to sign you to a 1-year deal for $50,000 or something like that. Well, it's like, okay, you have to look at what do you have to do for the $50,000? If you have to post 100 times for the $50,000, is that really worth it? Right? Like based off of whatever level that you are as a creator. So you have to analyze all these different things and things like perpetuity. That's one thing that brands try and get you with. I made a mistake. I didn't know what that really meant, right? Perpetuity means forever. So for example, a brand like, and what's really unfortunate is a lot of these brands take advantage of smaller creators because you really don't know like how much you're truly worth. A brand will say, here's, $2,000 or $2,500 and you're a small creator, and to you, you're like, wow, like I've never been paid that amount of money. but then they throw in perpetuity, which means they own this video forever.
Yep.
So think about this. Let's say right now, you're a creator and you have 10,000 followers on Instagram. Charging $2,500 a post, that's probably a pretty good rate considering you only have 10K, right? But they say, hey, we're gonna give you this and we own this video for perpetuity. To your brain, it sounds good. But what if next year you become Kai Cenat, the biggest star in the world? And now guess what? They own that video and they can go run ads on that video. And now Kai Cenat is using this product. But that was 3 years ago before you was even anybody. Right? So you have to charge for usage and all of that. So like if you want to run ads on my video, it's on a monthly basis, right? This is a 6-month term. You can only do this for the next 6 months.
That's right.
Because who knows? What if next year I'm a household name, and now you can go back and say, oh, Nijel B. Murray was using our skincare product. And it's like, dang, they running ads on this, and I'm not getting a dime. So I just made these people $1 million off this ad they just ran, and I don't get nothing. So it's a lot of like business stuff behind the scenes that you really got to understand to avoid being taken advantage of.
That's a whole different world.
I wish I knew what you was talking about, honestly, and I hope y'all took notes on what he just said, because that is some game that even I myself, who's a small-time creator, didn't know and got. You know what I'm saying? So the laundry detergent video that y'all see on
Insta?
On every fucking platform. On every platform.
I hit you with that perpetuity.
I get crumbs based on what they're making.
Yeah.
And I had the nerve to go check like how many views they've gotten on Instagram so far. It was over like 15 million. And I can only imagine the
and how
sales.
many conversions. Even at a 1% conversion rate, if those 15 million views are unique, if you take 10%, that's 150. So that's probably 15,000 sales right there. On average, you can typically convert 1% of an audience. So if those 15 million views are individual views, 15,000 sales. And if they selling a product for even $10, what is that? That's $150,000.
Yep.
Right? So it's you got to make sure you're not getting taken advantage of.
And this was just in June. The video popped in June. It's August.
And another thing too is like another piece of game is if a brand reaches out to you, right, and they say, hey, we want to pay you this much, that's they bottom line. Like they got more money. Yeah. They never gonna show their cards and show you the top amount. So mind you, even there's been times where a brand has reached out, right, and said, hey, this is the rate. And this was like previously when I was a smaller creator and the rate was higher than what I was currently charging, I would still go higher because I know that that's not your bottom rate. Yeah. Right? So it's like, hey, you always want to shoot up because you can always go down, but you can't go up. Yeah. Right? You throw out a number and they say, bet, let's do it. You're going to be like, dang, I should have went for more. Yeah. But at least if you go up and they say, oh, this isn't the budget, then you can turn around and be like, oh, well, I really rock with the brand, so I'm willing to kind of do this and for hope of future partnerships. So you can always come off your rate, but you can never go up. So yeah, it's a lot of behind the scenes type of stuff that just people don't really know that actually goes into maximizing your potential as being a content creator.
Facts. Now you seem to know a lot, and I feel like you're giving us some breadcrumbs because you didn't give us the full game. I respect it. How did you learn what you do know about the business of content creation so far?
So it was really all just trial and error. I pay very close attention to everything, like analytics, what videos are performing good. Everything that I do, whether it's with a brand, the process of me working with the brand and negotiation, all those things, it's like a feedback loop. I see what I could have did better. You know what I mean? What I could have, improved or tweaked, and just collectively all those experiences together. Also, I do a lot of research on this stuff too, right? Yeah. So I'm constantly connecting with other content creators and seeing what they're doing, right? And just all of it together is you just got to go out there and get the information however I could get it. You know what I mean?
I love it. Do you got anything?
When you first started editing your videos, how did you go about that? Because I know for me, like creating content and then going back and editing, I'm like, well, that sucks. Yeah. Like, it's so bad,
Yeah. So compared to the videos that I was editing, the level of videos that I was editing like 2 years ago compared to now are a lot different. The videos that I'm posting now are a lot more higher quality. Yeah. But it's really just building blocks. Like it's a consistency thing, compounding consistency. So a lot of people feel like, I teach like a mentorship program where like I help other creators. And a lot of times people feel that they need to go from where they are today to my level, right? Yeah. But you got to realize it's not going to be this quantum leap of you going from level 1 to level 10. Yeah. It's compounding consistency of just constantly improving. Mm-hmm. If you scroll to the very bottom of my page, you can see how gradually the videos got better. Yeah. I focused on one thing. Maybe it was okay at first. I want to up my quality. So I went out and got a camera. Okay, now I got a camera. Quality is good. Now I'm focusing on my angles, right? Okay, I got my angles. Now I'm focusing on the color grade. Now I'm focusing on the audio. So you just got to do building blocks and and realize that your video is not going to be perfect. Like there are still things today that I could do better. Maybe my transitions could be a lot more creative. So it's never people think that it's a pinnacle of like, once you reach this state, it's like, oh, like I'm good.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's not. Like even to this day, I'm still, the mindset of me trying to do different things is the same as when I had 2,500 followers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see, okay, how can I get to 300K followers? Okay, now how can I get to 500K?
Yeah.
What do I need to do differently? So the same grind, the same hunger is still there. It's just I got a bigger platform. So it's a matter of just doing the best that you can do today, and then tomorrow doing better than that.
Yeah.
And consistently doing that. And you're going to get to where you want to be for sure.
I love it. That's super dope. Honestly, I'm going to probably name the podcast what he just said, that little quote in there. I love it. Now, you mentioned you give yourself feedback, right? Do you have something to where like people who follow your platform and kind of want to follow in your footsteps where they can get some feedback from you on their stuff?
Yeah. So I actually just finished it yesterday. So I did a cohort. So I coming into the content creation space, you know, a lot of people obviously started to follow me and wanted to know like, you know, how I was doing, what I was doing. And so I was never one to like want to like come out with an ebook or anything like that, just because I had a bad connotation with that in my head. But there were so many people reaching out to me that I was like, all right, like whatever. So I did that. I created it. I made it like super cheap. Like I was just trying to give it away to people. And so people liked it. But one of the feedbacks they were giving is like, you know, like, this isn't enough. Like, this book is good, but like, we need more information. So I was like, all right. So people were asking me like, do you do any type of like live mentorship or coaching? I'm like, no, like I don't, that's just not my vibe.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I came to the point to where like I realized that, you know, I built up this audience, and my goal as a content creator, my responsibility is to give my audience what they want, right? So even though I didn't necessarily really want to do it because I didn't want to come off as Nijel the coach, now I'm on social media trying to sell this and that, right? So I'm like, all right. So I did it for the first time. This was like about 6 weeks ago. So I took 10 creators. We worked one-on-one with them to like help build their personal brands. And basically like this is over a 6-week program. I'm working directly one-on-one with them and really just talking about, you know, like what are their goals on social media? Like what's your target audience? Who are you trying to reach? How can we communicate with them, right? And really helping them to understand like this is really possible, but it's strategy involved in this. It's more than just having an expensive camera or a mic. Like there are people who are making millions of dollars a month on social media right off their iPhone. So it has nothing to do with the equipment. It has everything to do with like strategy and understanding who you're talking to, right? Like if you're trying to reach a woman versus a man, you probably gonna talk a little bit differently in your videos.
Yeah.
Somebody who's 60 versus somebody who's 15, you're gonna talk differently. So you have to understand, you know, your ICP, who are you talking to, and really hone in and present content in a way that's actually going to resonate with them.
Yeah. I might have missed what ICP stands for.
It stands for, it stands for,
come on, Nijel,
pain.
come on.
The P is like for pain. It stands, oh man.
He knows what
we'll
he's talking about, but we'll get back it down.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah, it's basically like who you're trying to, like who's your ideal, the ideal person that you're trying to
talk to.
Yeah, okay, you know what I mean? I know the I stands for ideal and it stands for pain point, but I forgot what the C stands for. I think it's ideal client pain point.
Client sounds right.
Client sounds right. If it ain't that, it is that now.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that though. I could be completely wrong.
No, and honestly, I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They don't understand their audience.
Yeah,
so it's like the content that they're creating, if they're not looking at the algorithm of who it is that their audience is and consists of, you're talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, and then another thing as well is like people can like the definition of insanity is to continuously do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. A lot of people are insane when it comes to social media. You keep posting the same videos in the same way and they're not getting any views.
Yeah.
So why do you keep doing that? Like you're doing something wrong, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, okay, you need to switch something. You need to test different things out, right? Like the algorithm is constantly changing. People's interests are constantly changing.
Yeah.
You need to adapt to that. That's why you see people who fall off, people who run up to 1 million followers and they're trending right now, but then a couple years later, right, they're getting 100 likes on their pictures with 1 million followers. It was because you failed to pivot. You failed to realize that, okay, the interests are changing, the algorithm is changing, and you got left behind. You got washed behind. So you got to always stay up to date of what's currently trending culturally, right? Like, what are my audience interested into? When I post this type of content, I see that I get a lot more engagement. Let me do more of that. Okay, this type of niche, this type of category, what I'm posting, how can I post that space, but in different ways, right? So it's just so much that goes into it.
I believe you. I believe you. And then I do want to say, you said you had 10 creators in the program, right?
Yeah.
You got 12 now.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Just let you know.
With how busy you are, what does a day-to-day look like for you?
It looks different every single day. Like it really does. Some days, I'm wearing my content creator hat. Other days, I'm wearing my entrepreneur hat where I'm just on my computer all day. So it really just varies of like what day it is. I think one of the things about being a content creator is you'll find yourself in like a different place every single day. Like today I'm on a podcast. Tomorrow I'm literally I'm gonna be acting for the first time ever in like a film, like an actual film.
Wow.
So it's just like building a personal brand. It gives you so many different opportunities that like every day doesn't look the same. And I think that's what I like the most about it, because I've always been the type of person where like the same routine, especially like boring routines of like I just get up, do the same thing every day. Like I don't enjoy that. Like even if my day consisted of waking up every single day, turn on the camera and recording these videos, like I just wouldn't be able to do that. So I like the change in scenery. I'm going out of town. I'm here. I'm there. Like every day is. And what's funny is like I really only know what I'm gonna do like the next 72 hours. Like literally next week I could very much be across the country and I don't even know yet.
That's super awesome. I know. Sheesh. So based on that response, I'm assuming no 9 to 5.
No. No 9 to 5.
I love it.
No 9 to 5.
I love it.
No 9 to 5.
Have you had a first job?
I did. You know what's crazy is I had a big boy job. Like I was a
not the big boy.
I was a retail operations manager. Like
Damn.
I was managing people that could have been my mom or my dad. Like I had a real.
At what age?
I was 20. Yeah.
Okay.
Sheesh.
I was 20.
And that was it. That's the only job.
That's it. I mean, I had like little jobs in high school and stuff like that, but that was like my first like career type like salary job.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So as you were a manager, you were creating content.
Yeah.
And then content creation took off and you said,
Yeah.
Gotta go. 2 weeks notice.
Yep.
I love it. You went to college, right?
I did, yeah. So I have a bachelor's in marketing.
Okay.
So at what?
Did you get the job based on that degree?
Yeah. Kinda.
Okay,
it was kind of like it's a long story, but yeah, that definitely, that was a requirement. You had to have a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what point were you like, okay, I can leave my job?
You know what's actually funny is technically speaking, I got let go. Technically.
Wait a minute.
Technically.
You made too much money or something?
No. So this was I actually
make more than our CEO. We can't do this.
So I actually needed this. This was like what I really needed. So I've like one thing I will say is that is the hardest thing of like taking that risk of like I'm gonna go all in. And so I was like it was almost like it wasn't my decision. It was like this is gonna happen. So I was working a job. Long story short, the position that I had, it was like with a third party company that had a client, and I was the operations manager of that specific client. And they ended up losing a contract with that client because they just wasn't handling biz, and the whole entire company was just falling apart. And so I was just like, you know what? I think this is a sign. And mind you, I won't lie, I wasn't fulfilled in my job. Like I was making amazing money for how old I was. But I would wake up every single day. I would go to work. And mind you, I'm the boss. So like, I don't have nothing to do. I'm sitting at my desk all day. It's like, hey, go do that, go do this. But like, I'm literally watching the clock all day. Like, oh my God, is it 5? Is it 5? Is it 5? Like I would like sometimes try and come into work 30 minutes late just so I don't got to be there 8 hours. Like I just did not really like it. And so I finally got in a position of where like, okay, this is it. And I did not apply for any job. I was like, I'm not applying. Like, I think this is my sign of like, because I was already making money online. Like, it wasn't like I don't recommend nobody just going in like you ain't making no type of bread. I was already making money. But since then, things have been exponentially. Just the fact that now I'm spending my full entire time and focus into my craft. I've already like since I'm not working that job have surpassed what I would have made in the full entire year. So
that's beautiful.
It's what I needed. It's really what I needed, honestly.
That was literally God.
Yeah, no, really.
He said,
because like you're not gonna do it, so I got you. Like,
I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah,
man.
So, and it wasn't even like I said, it wasn't even nothing that I did wrong. Like I didn't get fired or anything. It was just the position was just becoming eliminated, and so I was just like, you know what, this is my sign, and I'm not gonna apply to anything else. So.
Yeah, and I love how you cleared that up. I ain't get fired.
Yeah, I ain't get fired now. Look, I was doing my job. You feel me? Doing it good too.
I love it.
I'd be mad if a 20-year-old was bossing me, right?
No,
that was a whole nother thing in itself. Like I was dealing with of like, you know, and it was kind of weird for me too because it's like this lady is 45 years old, 50 years old. Yeah, and I'm telling her to go fold these clothes or to go do this or to do that. And it's just like, sometimes I'll be saying like, can you please go? Like, you know, because like I'm a real nice dude. Now you had other people on the job that they just rude. They just like, hey, go do that, go do this. But like me, I'm not trying to come off that way. So that was a whole different thing. But that job definitely, even though I wasn't really fulfilled, it definitely taught me a lot about myself and just how to deal with difficult situations. There was a lot of things that I went through during that period of that time. So it definitely was good for me, 100%.
Damn.
So what's the vision? Let's say next 2 years.
Next 2 years? Next 2 years, I hope to, like I said, I keep it on a 72-hour basis. I don't really know what's going on, but
I wish I could live my life like that.
Big picture, I'm really, I'm very, very focused financially on making my money work for me, right? So all of this different type of income that I'm making from this and that, I'm using that as a tool to really be able to set myself up. Because especially when you go full-time entrepreneur, there isn't a 401k, there isn't a retirement plan. You have to be aware of that yourself. So you got a lot of people that make millions of dollars, but when they 60 years old, they ain't got nothing to fall back on, right? So me being intentional with the money that I'm making now to invest it, to not spend it on stupid stuff, right? Yeah. Which I have done in the past. But really like I'm getting more into real estate. And yeah, I just really want to build like a real estate empire to where my residuals from real estate is paying for my necessities month to month. So that's like kind of one thing that people don't really
I have a question.
I love it.
If you could be on a panel with anybody, who would it be?
With them asking me questions or me asking them questions?
Either way.
Either or.
Probably Alex Hormozy. Do you know who that is?
I don't.
He lives here in Las Vegas. Dude literally the other day made $100 million in 24 hours.
What?
Huh?
24 hours made 100. So he basically is like he's a content creator. He has a business called acquisition.com where they essentially like scale businesses or whatever. But like a lot of the strategy when it comes to like even me with my offers and things that I'm doing of like helping like the business side of things, not like the creating videos, working with brands, like actually the business side of the creator growth. A lot of stuff I learned is from him. Like it's
that's super dope.
Yeah, so probably Alex Hormozy, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, I tell you right now, if we sat here and asked you questions all day, we would be here all day. So to kind of get some last minute little tidbits from you, I want to do a quick fire. You up with that?
All right, let's do it.
Cool. All right. First question is, if you could make content with any creator, dead or alive, who would it be?
Michael Jackson.
Really?
Wow.
Interesting.
Michael Jackson.
Okay. What's one unpopular opinion you proudly stand 10 toes down on?
Unpopular opinion.
10.
Shoot. What's like an unpopular opinion?
There's a lot of them out there.
I don't like matcha.
Me neither.
I don't like matcha. I've had one good matcha drink in LA at a specific coffee shop that was like made specifically for me. I don't like matcha. It tastes like grass. It's terrible.
It basically is grass, but like, it's good for you too.
Quick.
Okay. You wake up tomorrow and all your followers have unfollowed you. What are you doing?
Starting back step one. You feel me? I got a 500 something post I can post. You know what I mean? That's already created. So I'll probably just restart. I know what to do. It's gonna take me some time, but I know what to do.
Wow, that's what's up.
That's a commitment,
right? 500 in the vault.
Yeah, I posted like 500 something times on IG, so I just pull all those back up.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Oh, you thought I meant like?
I thought you meant like on standby.
Oh no.
Shit.
That's crazy.
No, I probably got like maybe like 10 right now.
Okay, that's reasonable. 500. I was about to say, your ass. You ain't got no downtime.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully one day.
What's a childhood obsession that still influences your content today?
I like music. I'm very intentional about like the music that I use is part of the feel. Like, so I know if I'm making a motivational video, the sound got to be mellow, right?
Okay.
If I'm acting funny, crazy, then I want like, kind of crazy music. So I've always been into music.
Okay. I love it. Netflix calls you tomorrow to make a documentary about your life. What's the title of it?
That's a good question.
Sneaker to something.
Ooh, I like that. Sneakers to something. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. I like that. We'll go with that. I like that.
Sneakers to something? What's
no, sneakers to
like something, because it's not one thing though. You feel me? Like it's a lot going on.
Okay.
Or maybe like like
sneaker to NJ or NBJ?
Or like, shoot.
Honestly,
That's hard.
No. It's
NBM.
NBM.
Type, yeah.
NBM. Honestly, that easy. I ain't gonna hold you. NBM. Everybody gonna be clicking on like, well, what is this? What is
That's
this?
funny.
Right, you owe her her royalties for that, by the way.
Yeah, I got you.
What's the craziest DM you've ever received?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if I can say that on that.
You gotta air it. You gotta air it.
Ah, shoot.
Please.
I don't know. What's like something crazy that I
or
feel
the
comfortable
second
eating?
craziest.
I've had shoot. One time I had somebody like was trying to like buy me some expensive pairs of shoes. Like the Dior Jordan ones, they cost like 10 bands.
Yes.
Somebody said they wanted to buy them for me, and I was like, nah, it's okay. Like I'm good. Like
Wow. You're a good person. I would have said.
I'll send you my address.
I would have sent my P.O. box immediately.
I was like, I'm good. Like,
wow,
just something don't
you're a
feel
good
right
person.
about this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's one piece of advice you would give your younger self before you posted your first video?
To pay attention to what you're doing and be intentional with what you're doing. Don't just do it just to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, why are you doing this? Like, what's the really reason? Who are you trying to target? Like, have an actual plan. I didn't have a plan. I was just like, this is gonna work. Same thing with sneaker reselling. I to a certain extent had a plan, but like I didn't have a plan of like, okay, how am I gonna get this? How am I gonna get that? But have an actionable plan of how are you gonna get to where you want to be.
I like it. That's good advice too. All right, final question. Really a statement. You get 60 seconds to pitch yourself to your biggest inspiration, person or brand. What's your opening statement?
Okay, the question. What is this for? Like,
whatever.
What am I pitching for? Am I pitching? Am I asking somebody for some money? Am I trying to get somebody to spend time with me like a mentor? Like what?
So the question narrowed down to like, whatever your biggest inspiration is. Say, I don't want to name brands on here, you know what I'm saying? But say you have this ideal brand that would set you up for life and you have to pitch yourself to them, such as like why
Shark
they should
Tank.
work. Yeah, like Shark Tank.
Okay.
So you're selling yourself on Shark Tank to a panel of your biggest brand inspirations. What is your opening statement?
I would probably say regardless, I would play on like my advantages of my age and where I am today. So I'll probably say something like something of like, I'm the youngest like you might want to listen to what I'm about to say. Okay, let me ask you this last question. Is this benefiting them like by you like, because if that's the case, then I might say, listen, you might want to listen to what I'm about to say, right? But if it's not benefiting you, then I got to go a different route. You know what I'm saying? And I got to maybe say something like, look, if you just give me 33 seconds of your time, I promise that, I don't know, like I would really have to, I'm such a like strategic thinker that I gotta really
you gotta put
like
some work behind. Okay. He said it's a benefit. Look, like, anybody that work with me is benefiting you.
You know
okay? Anybody working with me better believe it's benefiting you.
That's funny.
And that's the way I'm coming about anything.
Yeah, I feel
like, hey, I have a favor for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing you a favor by doing this.
I got a service that you need.
Exactly. Right. I got something you need.
Yeah,
you might want to listen to this. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't open it up like that. I make it sound a little sweeter than that, but hell yeah. Okay, so you said you got to put some thought behind it. Yeah. Honestly, that's probably the best answer.
Yeah, because I gotta think before I speak, you know, because I
love it. I love it. All right, well, we want to thank you. Thank you for joining us for an episode on our podcast. It has been a pleasure talking to you. It is Halloween, so I hope y'all did enjoy that teaser of my boy going Delulu. He did admit it that he is a little Delulu, so that was his business. But yes, thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure talking to you. We hope to have you back in the future, of course. Yes. If you guys have, actually circling back to his biopic actor, if y'all have any recommendations, drop it in the comments because we really want to know who would be the best actor for him. All right. But thank you for joining us for another episode of Our Side of the Story podcast. Make sure y'all tune into the next episode, like, follow, and subscribe.